What is up, dudes and dudettes? I am the Mystical Green Beanie, and welcome to another episode of Beanie Babble, the show where I take concepts from the comic book industry, the community, or various comic book media, and I talk about the things that I find interesting. And today, I'm going to be bringing you my top 5 Barry Allen stories of all time. Now, if you watch my channel, you know that I'm more of a Wally West fan myself, but look, Barry is the current Flash. He's probably going to be the main Flash of the DC Extended Universe, and he has a hit new TV show, even though they use major characters from Wally's run, and Grant Gustin looks literally like Wally West. Seriously, he looks like Wally West. Am I the only person who feels that way? Anyways, that's a rant for a different day, but point is, Barry is here. And instead of being one of those whiner babies that bitches and moans about every little thing in comics that doesn't go my way, I might as well embrace the change and make the most of it, because it looks like Barry's gonna be here for quite a while. Alright, so, coming in at number 5, The Flash, Rogue's Revolution. Now this is just a great story to jump into. It has a very classic Rogues versus the Flash feel to it. There's a new twist though, and all the Rogues have powers. And they got them from a freak accident that Captain Cold may or may not have caused, and it may or may not have destroyed their lives. But yeah, at the risk of me, spoiling anything else, this is definitely a pickup. If you're a fan who's trying to get into Barry Allen, or if you're just trying to get into the Flash in general, pick this up. It's great. It's a great read. Time well spent, money well spent. Great. Pick it up. The number 4 spot goes to The Flash Reverse. Now this is kind of a sequel to Rogue's Revolution. I mean, you might have to read Rogue's Revolution to understand bits and pieces of this story, but if you haven't, it's no sweat. I think there's a prologue where they pretty much explain everything that you need to know anyways. Either that or they do that throughout the book. It's the Flash. It's confusing. But anyways, I'm pretty sure it's all cool if you're trying to just read a cool Flash story. But basically, there's a new Reverse Flash in town, and they're a new character. And while I feel like the story itself is decent, the characters and their interactions with each other, that's the meat and potatoes of this storyline. It's really just the selling point for this story, just all the character motivations. That's why you should read this story. And they're all compelling and interesting and really heart-wrenching in a lot of places. And the ending is just, oh, dude. It's so satisfying in a bittersweet way. I don't want to spoil it, but you really should just read this. It's great. And next up, at number 3, is The Dastardly Death of the Rogues. Now, with the Flash movie coming out, and with the Flash TV show being such a hit, I hear a lot of people saying, oh my gosh, like, what's the Flash movie gonna do? Like, they've done everything in the show. Like, there's gonna be nothing to do by the time the movie comes out. Oh my gosh, Heather, what are we gonna do? Uggs and sandals. To which all I gotta say is this: shut up, shut your fucking thoughts. Your opinion's invalid. Shut your fucking brain talk. Shut up, shut up, shut up. This is what the Flash movie should be. Now, granted, it doesn't have to be exactly like the book, because you might have to read the book to understand what I'm saying there, but some things you just can't do yet. But if a movie was even halfway based off this, then all would be right with the world. I'm not even gonna give you a synopsis. Just pick it up, read it for yourself. It's tits. Now, taking the number 2 spot on this list is The Flash Rebirth, and dude, ever since the Flash TV show was announced, people have been doing videos on this. If you haven't read this, you're just far behind, and you're a bad person too. You should feel bad. Okay, no, you're fine. I'm just pulling your shit. But seriously, if you haven't read this, it's past time that you've read this. It's great. And now my coup de grace, the epic finale, the greatest Flash book of all time. In my opinion. Anyways, just letting you know that, internet. This is my opinion. Please don't rip my shit apart if you disagree. Okay? Cool. Flashpoint. Or if you like the movie title better, you could just call it Flashpoint Paradox. I did the same thing. Now, even if you're one of those guys who's still bitching 4 years later that Flashpoint, the reboot that made things different, you can at least pull the dick from your ass for just a second and acknowledge that reboots, relaunches, and reanimations of things that should have stayed dead aside, that this is just a great Flash story. This is amazing. This is just great storytelling. And at first I was hesitant to put this on the list because it's more of a DC Universe book, but The Flash is the catalyst for all the events happening in the first place, plus the main story is Barry's book anyways. Duh. But this book, like, wow. Just the concept of so many things that happen in this story. It's like, alright, so you know whenever other comic book writers like to do these, hey, let's look into another universe that's similar but different, blah, those stories always come out really tacky, but this is different. You know, all the changes that are made to the universe, they feel natural, and they really make a lot of sense. And not just that, but through their differences, we can see why the main universe that we all love so much is the way that it is. And how easily things could have been different if certain events changed ever so slightly. And this is definitely the best, like, not just Barry Allen story ever told, it's probably one of the greatest Flash stories ever told. Fuck it, it's probably one of the greatest comic book stories ever told. I'm not even joking with you right now. This is great. Do yourself a solid and read this if you haven't already. This is comic book writing at its finest. So yeah, guys, that was my top 5 list of Barry Allen stories. Keep in mind, this is just my opinion, so if you feel differently, you can always let me know down below in the comment section how you feel. Remember, if you like this content, all you gotta do is hit that like button, share, support the channel. If you want more content like this, all you gotta do is subscribe. The button's down there too. I am the Mystical Green Beanie, and as always, until next time, adios nachos, adios.